If you are living with diabetes, what you eat can either be your medicine or your biggest enemy. Many foods we enjoy daily may silently spike our blood sugar and damage our health. In this video, we will reveal 10 common foods every diabetic must avoid, approved by experts and backed by science. Stay tuned and protect your health. And do not forget to like and subscribe for more life-saving insights. When it comes to managing diabetes, food choices play a central role. Every bite you take can either help stabilize your blood sugar or push it into dangerous territory. For someone with diabetes, the body struggles to regulate glucose levels, often due to either a lack of insulin or insulin resistance. This makes it critical to avoid foods that can cause sudden spikes in blood sugar. Consuming the wrong types of carbohydrates, unhealthy fats, or processed ingredients may not only disrupt glucose control, but also contribute to long-term complications such as nerve damage, heart disease, kidney failure, and vision loss. Avoiding certain foods is not about giving up enjoyment. It is about choosing health. Many items that appear harmless or are even marketed as healthy can be loaded with hidden sugars, refined starches, or artificial additives that worsen insulin sensitivity. Moreover, consistently eating these problematic foods puts constant pressure on the pancreas, increasing the risk of insulin fatigue and worsening diabetic symptoms. By understanding what to avoid, you empower yourself to take control of your condition rather than letting it control you. It is not just about reducing high blood sugar in the moment. It is about preventing silent damage from accumulating over time. Being mindful of what goes on your plate means fewer blood sugar crashes, more energy throughout the day, and better long-term outcomes. In short, making smart dietary choices is one of the most powerful tools a diabetic has, and it starts by learning what foods to avoid. White bread and other refined grains are among the top foods diabetics should avoid, and for good reason. These foods are made by stripping whole grains of their bran and germ, removing most of the fiber, vitamins, and minerals. What remains is a processed, starchy product that the body quickly converts into glucose. This rapid conversion causes a sharp spike in blood sugar levels shortly after eating. For someone managing diabetes, such spikes can be dangerous and lead to poor glucose control over time. The problem with refined grains does not end with white bread. Foods like white rice, regular pasta, and most commercially baked goods fall into the same category. They lack the natural fiber that slows digestion and helps regulate blood sugar levels. When fiber is missing, glucose enters the bloodstream faster, creating a burden for insulin production. For diabetics, this translates into elevated blood sugar and an increased risk of complications. Additionally, many refined grain products are highly processed and often contain added sugars, unhealthy fats, and preservatives. These additives make matters worse by contributing to weight gain, inflammation, and insulin resistance, all of which are closely linked to type 2 diabetes. Instead of choosing refined grains, it is far better to opt for whole grain alternatives like oats, quinoa, barley, or whole wheat bread, which release glucose more slowly and help support stable blood sugar levels. Making this simple switch can significantly improve your body's ability to manage insulin and reduce the risk of dangerous sugar spikes. It is a small change with big rewards for your long-term health. Food number 2. Sugary beverages such as soda, sweet tea, and energy drinks are some of the most harmful choices a diabetic can make. These drinks may seem refreshing, but they are packed with added sugars that flood your bloodstream with glucose in a matter of minutes. Unlike solid foods, which take time to digest, liquids are absorbed rapidly, causing a sudden and extreme rise in blood sugar. For individuals managing diabetes, this can create an immediate spike that is both dangerous and difficult to control. 1 can of soda alone can contain upwards of 40 grams of sugar. That is more than the total daily recommended intake for most people. These sugars are often in the form of high fructose corn syrup or other refined sweeteners, which not only increase blood sugar, but also trigger fat storage and promote insulin resistance. Over time, this leads to even greater difficulty in managing blood glucose, potentially worsening the condition. Energy drinks are no better. Though marketed for performance and vitality, they are loaded with sugar and caffeine. This combination can cause jitteriness, dehydration, and even heart palpitations, risks that diabetics should be especially cautious about. Sweetened teas may appear healthier due to their natural flavor, but many bottled varieties contain just as much sugar as a regular soda. Even fruit juices, if not 100% pure and consumed in moderation, can have similar effects due to their high natural sugar content and lack of fiber. The key issue is that these beverages offer no nutritional value. They contain calories, but no fiber, protein, or healthy fats, nothing to slow down the sugar absorption. This means your blood sugar level can spike quickly and drop just as fast, leaving you feeling tired, irritable, and hungry soon after. Replacing sugary beverages with water, herbal teas, or drinks sweetened naturally and modestly, like infused water with cucumber or lemon, is a far better option. This one change alone can support better hydration, improve energy levels, and help maintain more consistent blood sugar throughout the day. Food number 3. Fried and greasy fast food is one of the biggest enemies of stable blood sugar and long-term diabetic health. These foods are often deep-fried in oils that are high in unhealthy fats, especially trans fats and refined vegetable oils, which not only slow down digestion but also lead to insulin resistance over time. For a diabetic, this means that your body becomes less responsive to insulin, making it even harder to regulate glucose levels effectively. Take a moment to consider a typical fast food meal: a deep-fried chicken sandwich, a side of golden fries, and maybe a few crispy nuggets or a burger. While they may satisfy your cravings, these meals are calorie-dense, low in fiber, and loaded with saturated and trans fats. This combination causes your digestive system to slow down, but oddly, it does not lead to fullness. Instead, the fats keep your blood sugar elevated for extended periods, leading to prolonged spikes that can be difficult to control. Moreover, greasy fast food contributes to weight gain, a major risk factor for type 2 diabetes. When someone with diabetes carries excess weight, especially around the abdomen, it increases the risk of complications like cardiovascular disease, kidney damage, and even nerve problems. These meals also tend to be packed with sodium, which can raise blood pressure, another major concern for people already managing a chronic condition. It is not just about the frying process itself. The breading on fried items is often made from refined flour, which is stripped of all fiber and essential nutrients. When eaten, this coating converts rapidly into glucose, again causing a blood sugar spike. Combine that with sugary sauces or white bread buns, and you have a blood sugar nightmare on your plate. Instead of these fried options, diabetics should aim for grilled, baked, or steamed foods. Grilled chicken, steamed vegetables, or even homemade oven-baked versions of your favorites can offer similar satisfaction without the harmful effects. You can still enjoy delicious meals. You just need to make smarter choices that support your health rather than sabotage it. Food number 4. Full-fat dairy products may seem harmless. After all, they come from natural sources and are rich in calcium and protein. But for someone managing diabetes, full-fat milk, cheese, cream, and yogurt can quietly interfere with your blood sugar control and overall metabolic health. The main concern lies in the saturated fats present in full-fat dairy. These fats, when consumed regularly and in larger amounts, have been linked to increased insulin resistance. This means your body struggles to respond to insulin properly, making it harder to maintain stable blood sugar levels. Over time, this resistance can worsen diabetes and increase the risk of complications, especially when combined with other poor dietary habits. Furthermore, full-fat dairy is calorie-dense. A small cup of full-fat yogurt or a few slices of rich cheese might not feel like much, but the calories and fat content can add up quickly. When these foods become a regular part of your diet, they can contribute to weight gain. For diabetics, carrying extra weight, especially around the abdomen, places additional stress on the body's ability to manage glucose, increasing the likelihood of spikes and crashes. Another subtle risk is the presence of added sugars in many flavored full-fat dairy products. Flavored yogurts, for instance, often appear healthy but can contain more sugar than a dessert. The combination of high fat and added sugar can be particularly dangerous for someone trying to maintain consistent blood sugar throughout the day. That does not mean all dairy must be avoided. Low-fat or fat-free dairy alternatives can still provide the nutritional benefits, such as calcium, vitamin D, and protein, without the heavy load of saturated fats. Unsweetened plant-based options, like almond or oat milk fortified with nutrients, can also be good substitutes, provided they are low in carbohydrates and added sugars. In short, Moderation and mindful selection are key. Switching to lighter, sugar-free dairy options can help you enjoy your meals while supporting your blood sugar management goals. It is about replacing the heavy and hidden risks with lighter, smarter choices that serve your body well. Food number 5. Candy and packaged sweets may be delightful to the taste buds, but for individuals living with diabetes, they represent one of the most dangerous and deceptive food categories. Bright wrappers, colorful coatings, and tempting textures can easily distract from the truth. They are loaded with refined sugar, unhealthy fats, and artificial additives that offer no nutritional value and plenty of health risks. When a diabetic consumes candy or sweet packaged snacks, the sugar enters the bloodstream rapidly. Unlike complex carbohydrates that take time to digest, these simple sugars have an immediate impact, causing a sharp rise in blood glucose levels. This sudden spike places a tremendous burden on the body, especially if insulin resistance is already present. The pancreas is forced to work overtime, and the resulting crash that often follows can leave a person feeling fatigued, irritable, and even dizzy. Moreover, these treats are not just sugar-laden. They are often packed with high-fructose corn syrup, artificial flavors, and trans fats. These ingredients can increase inflammation in the body and lead to greater insulin resistance over time. Some candies also contain food dyes and preservatives that have been linked to behavioral issues and metabolic disturbances, especially when consumed regularly. The convenience of packaged sweets adds another layer of concern. Granola bars that are coated in chocolate, snack cakes, and so-called energy treats are often marketed as healthy or energizing. However, they can carry as much sugar as a regular candy bar, if not more. What might appear as a small indulgence can quickly sabotage blood sugar control for hours afterward. It is important to understand that while a small piece of dark chocolate now and then may be acceptable when balanced within a healthy diet, regularly consuming processed sweets can make diabetes management far more difficult. It also increases the long-term risk of complications like nerve damage, kidney problems, and cardiovascular disease. For those who crave a sweet treat, it is wise to explore healthier options. Natural fruit, unsweetened Greek yogurt with berries, or a small serving of nuts mixed with cinnamon can help satisfy the craving without causing blood sugar chaos. The key is awareness and planning. Keeping better alternatives on hand reduces the likelihood of reaching for something harmful. By cutting out candy and packaged sweets, you are not depriving yourself. You are protecting your body from sugar spikes, inflammation, and long-term damage. Each better choice strengthens your journey towards stable health and balanced living. Food number 6. Processed meats such as sausages, bacon, hot dogs, and deli slices might be convenient and flavorful, but for individuals managing diabetes, these items pose serious health concerns. While they are often seen as low in carbohydrates, the real danger lies not in their sugar content, but in the harmful additives and saturated fats they carry, and how these can silently affect blood sugar, insulin resistance, and heart health. These meats are typically high in sodium and saturated fats, which can increase blood pressure and cholesterol levels, both of which are already key concerns for people with diabetes. Excess sodium can also lead to fluid retention, putting additional strain on the kidneys, a particularly troubling issue for diabetics who may already face kidney vulnerability. The saturated fats in these meats contribute to inflammation and weight gain, which worsens insulin resistance and further destabilizes blood sugar control. What makes processed meats especially harmful is the way they are preserved. These foods often contain nitrates and nitrites, chemical compounds added to enhance flavor and shelf life. Once inside the body, these additives can form nitrosamines, which have been linked to increased inflammation and even certain types of cancer. For diabetics, who already face elevated inflammation levels, these compounds are especially risky. Moreover, many processed meats are heavily seasoned or glazed with sugar-based sauces or marinades. This adds hidden sugars that may not be obvious on the label, yet they can significantly affect blood glucose levels. Bacon glazed with honey, teriyaki-flavored sausages, or even some smoked deli meats can carry unexpected amounts of sugar, silently disrupting efforts to maintain balance. Regular consumption of processed meats has also been associated with a higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes in those without it and worsening blood sugar control in those who already live with the condition. These risks are cumulative, meaning that even small servings consumed regularly can create a negative compounding effect over time. Replacing processed meats with leaner, whole protein sources is a much healthier alternative. Options like grilled chicken breast, baked fish, lentils, or even plant-based proteins such as tofu or tempeh provide valuable nutrients without the harmful side effects. These options not only support stable blood sugar, but also promote heart health, weight management, and improved energy levels throughout the day. In the end, eliminating or at least significantly reducing processed meat intake can make a powerful difference in your diabetes journey. Every smart choice you make is another step toward a stronger, more balanced life, where blood sugar is under control and the risk of complications is kept at bay. Food number 7. At first glance, flavored yogurt may seem like a healthy choice. After all, yogurt is often advertised as a wholesome food full of probiotics and calcium. However, many flavored yogurts, especially the fruit on the bottom or dessert-style varieties, are packed with added sugars that can quickly sabotage blood sugar control for people with diabetes. One small serving of flavored yogurt can contain anywhere from 15 to 30 grams of sugar, sometimes even more than a regular candy bar. These sugars are often added during processing in the form of high fructose corn syrup, cane sugar, or fruit purees that have been heavily sweetened. As a result, what seems like a healthy snack becomes a hidden sugar bomb that causes rapid spikes in blood glucose levels. What makes flavored yogurt especially misleading is that it often comes in packaging that highlights health claims like low-fat, probiotic-rich, or heart-healthy. While these benefits may be partially true, they are overshadowed by the excessive sugar content. For individuals managing diabetes, such misleading labels can lead to choices that unintentionally disrupt their daily blood sugar management efforts. The combination of dairy lactose, the natural sugar in milk, and added sugars creates a double impact on blood sugar. Lactose alone is manageable for many diabetics, but when combined with refined sugars, it becomes a major contributor to glucose spikes, especially if consumed without fiber or protein to slow absorption. Additionally, flavored yogurts often lack the satiety and nutrient balance needed for a healthy snack. Without enough protein or fiber, they fail to keep you full for long, leading to more frequent hunger and potential overeating later in the day. This can contribute to weight gain and increased insulin resistance, two challenges that make diabetes management even more difficult. Fortunately, there are smarter and more diabetes-friendly alternatives. Plain Greek yogurt, for example, contains significantly more protein and far less sugar than flavored versions. You can add your own natural toppings such as fresh berries, cinnamon, chia seeds, or a few crushed almonds to enhance flavor without losing control over sugar intake. These additions can boost the fiber and nutrient content, making your yogurt both delicious and supportive of stable blood glucose. Reading nutrition labels carefully is key. Look for yogurts with fewer than 8 grams of total sugar per serving and at least 10 grams of protein. Avoid products where sugar is listed among the first few ingredients. Better yet, choose plain, unsweetened varieties and customize them at home to suit your taste and nutritional needs. By steering clear of sugar-laden flavored yogurts and choosing cleaner, more balanced options, you take another step in protecting your health, preventing blood sugar spikes, and staying on the path of informed, empowered living with diabetes. Food number 8. White rice and traditional pasta are two of the most commonly consumed staples around the world, and for many people, they are comfort foods. However, for individuals living with diabetes, these refined carbohydrates pose serious risks to stable blood sugar control and overall health. The primary issue with white rice and regular pasta lies in how they are processed. Both are stripped of their natural fiber, bran, and germ layers during manufacturing, leaving behind a starchy core that is quickly digested and absorbed by the body. This rapid digestion leads to a fast release of glucose into the bloodstream, causing blood sugar to spike significantly shortly after eating. What makes this even more challenging is that white rice and pasta are often consumed in large portions. A standard serving may look small on a nutrition label, but in reality, people tend to eat 2 or even 3 times that amount in one sitting. This overload of simple carbs can overwhelm the body's insulin response, making it harder to keep glucose levels within a healthy range. Furthermore, white rice and pasta have a high glycemic index. This means they not only cause rapid spikes in blood sugar, but can also lead to sudden crashes. These fluctuations can leave you feeling tired, hungry again soon after eating, and more likely to crave even more carbohydrates, a cycle that is particularly dangerous for diabetics. Another hidden danger is the lack of fiber in these refined carbs. Fiber plays a crucial role in slowing digestion, improving satiety, and promoting better blood sugar control. Without fiber, the body processes these foods too quickly, missing the opportunity to regulate blood sugar more gently over time. Thankfully, there are many alternatives that are just as satisfying but far better for managing diabetes. Brown rice, quinoa, barley, and whole grain pasta all provide more fiber, essential nutrients, and a more gradual effect on blood sugar. These options digest more slowly and do not cause the dramatic glucose spikes that their refined counterparts do. For those who enjoy traditional pasta, exploring low-carb options like chickpea pasta, lentil pasta, or spiralized vegetables, such as zucchini noodles, can be a game changer. These substitutes not only reduce carbohydrate intake, but also add extra protein, fiber, and nutrients to your meals. Preparing meals with mindful portion sizes and balancing them with vegetables, lean protein, and healthy fats is also key. Instead of making white rice or pasta the centerpiece of your plate, think of them as a side dish, if you choose to have them at all. This helps maintain better glucose control while still enjoying a variety of satisfying foods. By cutting down or eliminating white rice and regular pasta from your diet, you reduce your risk of post-meal sugar spikes and support your long-term health goals. It is not about deprivation. It is about making smarter choices that work with your body rather than against it. Food number 9. Store-bought baked goods, such as pastries, cakes, muffins, and cookies, are tempting treats that seem harmless when enjoyed in moderation. However, for someone managing diabetes, these sweet, fluffy indulgences can be more dangerous than they appear. While they may satisfy a sugar craving, the ingredients inside can cause significant harm to your blood sugar stability and overall health. One of the biggest concerns with store-bought baked goods is the combination of refined carbohydrates and high amounts of added sugar. These products are typically made with white flour, which has been stripped of fiber and essential nutrients. When consumed, white flour is rapidly converted into glucose, spiking blood sugar levels just minutes after eating. To make matters worse, these products are also loaded with added sugars. Frostings, syrups, glazes, and even the dough itself are often packed with hidden sugars, sometimes listed under alternative names like high fructose corn syrup, dextrose, or maltose. This double dose of refined carbs and sugar creates a blood sugar roller coaster that can be difficult to manage, even for those who are on medication or insulin. Additionally, store-bought baked goods often contain unhealthy fats, especially trans fats and saturated fats. These fats are added to improve shelf life and texture, but they can also increase inflammation, elevate bad cholesterol levels, and contribute to insulin resistance. This means your body becomes less effective at using the insulin it produces, worsening your blood sugar control over time. Portion size is another hidden trap. Commercially made baked goods are usually large, and it is easy to consume 2 or 3 servings in one go without realizing it. A single pastry can contain the sugar and carbohydrate content of an entire meal, yet lacks the fiber, protein, or nutrients that help your body process sugar more slowly. Another issue is the glycemic index, GI, of these foods. Baked goods made from white flour and sugar tend to have a very high GI, which means they cause a sharp rise and then a sharp drop in blood sugar. This rapid fluctuation can leave you feeling exhausted, irritable, and even hungrier than before, leading to further cravings and overeating. Thankfully, there are healthier alternatives available that can still satisfy your sweet tooth. If you enjoy baked treats, consider making them at home using whole grain flours, natural sugar substitutes like stevia or monk fruit, and healthy fats such as olive oil or nut butters. Including ingredients like oats, ground flaxseed, or almond flour can add fiber and reduce the glycemic load of the final product. If baking is not an option, look for packaged goods specifically made for diabetics. These are often sweetened with natural sugar alternatives and made from whole grains. However, even with these products, it is important to read labels carefully and consume in moderation. Avoiding store-bought baked goods does not mean giving up enjoyment. It simply means choosing ingredients and preparation methods that align with your health goals. By saying no to commercial pastries and cakes, you are taking a powerful step toward protecting your blood sugar and improving your long-term well-being. Food number 10. Breakfast cereals are often marketed as a healthy and convenient way to start the day, but many of them are far from suitable for someone managing diabetes. Especially those brightly packaged, flavored cereals that are labeled as energy-boosting or fortified with vitamins can be incredibly misleading. While they may seem like a quick and easy breakfast, cereals high in sugar are among the worst choices for maintaining stable blood sugar levels. One of the main issues with these cereals is the extremely high sugar content. Some popular brands contain more than 20 grams of sugar per serving, and that is before you add milk or other toppings. These sugars are rapidly absorbed into the bloodstream, causing a sharp spike in blood glucose. For diabetics, this rapid rise is dangerous and can lead to energy crashes, mood swings, and long-term complications if consumed regularly. Even cereals that are labeled as whole grain or heart healthy can contain hidden sugars. Many of these products are sweetened with ingredients like high fructose corn syrup, cane sugar, molasses, honey, or malt extract. These may sound natural, but they still cause the same damaging effect on your blood sugar. The worst part is that they are often disguised under names that sound harmless, making it difficult to recognize them at a glance. In addition to added sugars, sugary cereals usually have little to no fiber. Fiber plays a crucial role in slowing down the absorption of sugar into the bloodstream, which helps keep glucose levels steady. Without fiber, the body processes the cereal very quickly, leading to a rapid and uncontrollable surge in blood sugar. This can be especially problematic in the morning when your body is already in a sensitive metabolic state after fasting overnight. Another concern is the portion sizes. A single serving size, according to the label, is often much smaller than what people actually pour into their bowls. Many people unknowingly consume 2 or even 3 servings in one sitting, multiplying their sugar intake significantly. When paired with milk, especially sweetened or low-fat milk, the sugar load becomes even higher. Some cereals also include dried fruits, marshmallows, chocolate chips, or sugary glazes, further adding to their already high sugar content. These extra ingredients not only make the cereal sweeter, but also increase the number of simple carbohydrates, which worsen the glycemic load of the meal. So what should you eat instead? Look for cereals that are low in sugar, ideally less than 5 grams per serving, and high in fiber, at least 3 to 5 grams per serving. Good options include plain oats, bran flakes without added sugar, or unsweetened muesli. You can enhance the flavor naturally by adding a few berries, a sprinkle of cinnamon, or a handful of nuts or seeds. These choices provide slow-digesting carbs and essential nutrients, which help keep your blood sugar balanced throughout the morning. It is also important to read the ingredient list carefully. If sugar, or any of its many forms, is listed in the top 3 ingredients, it is better to leave that cereal on the shelf. Remember that even small improvements in your breakfast choices can make a big difference in how your body handles blood glucose throughout the day. By avoiding sugary breakfast cereals and switching to healthier alternatives, you are not only protecting your blood sugar, but also setting a positive tone for the rest of your day. A strong, stable start every morning is a powerful habit that supports long-term diabetic wellness. After learning which foods to avoid, it is only natural to ask, what should a diabetic eat instead? The good news is that there are many delicious, nutritious, and satisfying alternatives that support balanced blood sugar and overall health. These doctor-approved choices can help you build a sustainable and enjoyable way of eating without feeling restricted or deprived. Let us start with carbohydrates, which are often misunderstood. Not all carbohydrates are harmful. The key is to choose complex, slow-digesting carbohydrates that do not cause rapid spikes in blood glucose. Whole grains such as quinoa, steel-cut oats, barley, and brown rice are excellent choices. They are rich in fiber, which slows the absorption of sugar and keeps you full for longer. You can also try sweet potatoes instead of white potatoes. They have a lower glycemic index and are packed with vitamins and antioxidants. When it comes to bread, skip the white loaf and reach for whole grain or sprouted grain bread. These are made from less processed grains and contain more fiber, making them better for managing blood sugar. Always check the ingredient list to make sure that whole grains are the first item listed and that added sugars are minimal or completely absent. For breakfast cereals, as mentioned earlier, plain oats are a wonderful option. They can be flavored naturally with cinnamon, chopped nuts, chia seeds, or fresh berries. These toppings not only enhance taste, but also add protein, healthy fats, and antioxidants. Avoid instant flavored oatmeal packets as they often contain hidden sugars. If you crave something crunchy, try air-popped popcorn or roasted chickpeas instead of potato chips or sugary snacks. These provide fiber and protein while being much kinder to your glucose levels. Nuts and seeds, like almonds, walnuts, sunflower seeds, and pumpkin seeds, make great snacks and also support heart health, which is very important for diabetics. When it comes to proteins, focus on lean and plant-based sources. Skinless chicken, turkey, fish like salmon or mackerel, lentils, beans, tofu, and tempeh are all excellent options. They help keep you satisfied and do not cause sugar spikes. If you choose red meat, do so in moderation and pick lean cuts only. Avoid processed meats entirely. Replace full-fat dairy products with low-fat or non-dairy alternatives such as almond milk, soy milk, or unsweetened Greek yogurt. These options provide protein and calcium without the added saturated fat or sugars found in flavored or full-fat varieties. Always read the labels to ensure that no added sugar is present, especially in flavored yogurts and dairy substitutes. Instead of sugary beverages, switch to water infused with lemon or cucumber, unsweetened herbal teas, or black coffee without sugar. Coconut water with no added sugar can also be refreshing and nourishing. Staying hydrated helps flush excess glucose from the bloodstream and supports kidney health. If you love something sweet after meals, fruit is your safest and most natural option. Berries, apples, pears, and oranges have a lower glycemic load and are packed with fiber and nutrients. Pair them with a small serving of nuts or a spoonful of natural nut butter to slow down sugar absorption even more. Cooking methods also matter. Choose grilling, baking, steaming, or sautéing with olive oil instead of frying. Fried foods often contain harmful trans fats and excess calories, which can worsen insulin resistance and increase the risk of complications. Most importantly, remember that portion control plays a key role in managing diabetes. Even healthy foods can lead to sugar spikes if consumed in large amounts. Use smaller plates, measure your servings, and eat slowly to give your body time to signal when it is full.